Welcome to the Boom Boom Room, y'all, where there's no topic too big or small, where we talk about it all. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Boom Boom Room. I have with me GameRetainer today, and we've been trying to get our schedules right so you can be on here. What's up, Game?
How's it going? Thanks for having me on your podcast. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. Yeah, we was discussing before I hit record what should I call you and stuff, so I guess I'll just call you Game. But how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Just tired. It's same as every day.
Man, that's the life of a gamer, and probably if you work too, that really gets to you.
Yeah, busy times. And I've got a couple of kids as well, so that makes it even more.
Oh man,
yeah,
I could
more
imagine.
Fun.
I could imagine. But I guess let me start hitting you with these questions, rapid fire. But I guess first I'll say how I found you was I don't know how long back, 2 or 3 months or maybe longer. I started watching some of your tips and tricks videos on 7 Days to Die. And yes, everybody out there that plays 7 Days to Die, do check his channel out, GameRetainer. I will put it in the comments. We'll drop your link on the description of this video. But man, you got some really good informative videos. You really do. Some good tips and tricks. I know I've learned a lot from them. I really have.
Oh, I appreciate you saying that. I'll be honest with you. I always go by follow what I do in the tip video. Don't follow what I do in the actual playthrough, because I am just terrible at the game. So I'm fine with the informative. I've got Google. I've got Wiki. It's great. So I can put it all together. But the actual gameplay itself, I've been playing for years and I'm still awful.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you've been playing for years.
It's been fun learning though.
How many hours you got in the game?
Most of my hours come from it's not been that long that I've been playing PC. I was console. I think you were console for the longest time as well. I was listening to another one of your podcasts the other day. So I played it, the old version, on console for like 6 years on and off, 7 years maybe. And then 1.0 came out, moved over to PC, and it was just a whole new game.
Yeah, I know. Probably about 34 years ago, I tried to play it on Xbox. Man, to me, it was just, oh my God, it was just horrible. To me personally, my son played it, and he said, "Man, you gotta play this game, man. It's really cool. I know you like it." I tried it. Just the way it was set up, I just had no interest in it at all. But once it had that big, huge update, on console, I've started playing it, and then, I played on PC, and I played a little bit on console, with some friends, but PC's a game changer, man. It's, to be honest with you, I really am kind of new at the game, and I probably most went like 40 some days, and stuff. But I got a funny story. The other day, you know how you move everything to another base. I was in the pine forest biome, so I moved to the desert biome, set up a base, kind of tall. I went down a mission, coming back real happy. Next day was like I think day 21. So I hear explosion when I'm on my way back, and I look at my whole base just imploded. Just like that.
Sure.
Yeah. And I don't know what happened, if it was a bug issue. It wasn't the pillars. I put 4 pillars, and I made that, I thought stable. So either that, or there was some farm plots, but there's only like 7 or 8 on the roof. Maybe that done it. But, I Googled it. And so have you ever had that happen to you?
I've had more than my fair share of collapses. Before I was on, because on PC you can go into console commands and pull up like structural stability. Before I learned how to do that, I used to think it was a good idea to have a mine directly under the base, which
Yeah,
is fine to a degree, but it very
yeah,
quickly goes wrong, especially
yeah.
now that zombies love nothing more than to dig down to you. So yeah, definitely had, and I had a recent
Hmm.
collapse on stream, thanks to a friend I play with who decided to build his house underneath mine, but
Wow.
instead of crafting, like carving it out gently, he decided to go in with dynamite. Needless to say, it didn't work as expected, and I
Yeah.
was missing half my castle. So that was an
Dang.
interesting experience.
Well,
It's all good fun though.
yeah, it's a great game. All right, then. I didn't even ask, but really, my first question. I started talking about myself. Uh, I mean, it might be something different. What is your favorite game?
It's more a type of game.
Yeah.
I am huge into Fallout,
Uh-huh.
Elder Scrolls,
Yeah.
those kind of games. Um, like of all time, probably something like Fallout New Vegas, maybe Fallout 3. So anything open, if it's open world, I'm in.
Yeah.
That's kind of my go-to. Obviously, 7 Days to Die ranks high
Yeah.
on the list,
Yeah.
but I find with that game, and I think a lot of people who play the game do, you get really absorbed into the world.
Uh-huh.
And then after a while, when you get to the late game, you kind of not lose interest, but you you feel like you're done for a bit, and you'll go play something else, and you kind of then come back to 7 Days a couple of months later. So it's kind of, and I've noticed it with YouTube analytics. It's almost like people go full circle with the game. They'll play it, they'll be fully invested, and then after they've kind of done everything, they'll leave and then come back for a new playthrough. And I like that replayability aspect of it.
Yeah. Well, that's when you answered Fallout Vegas, Fallout 3, those are my two favorite games in
Oh, they.
Skyrim. Yeah, all time. Skyrim. Now, was for nostalgic reasons, Borderlands, that
Mhm.
I really would really love Borderlands, and because it was nostalgic and memories. But my kids, that's what we would play. But I still love the games, but I just can't play it and anymore. Borderlands. Even the new one coming out, I just don't know if I'll ever play it. Even though that I love 1 and 2, and 3, even the prequel. I love them all, but I don't think I could play it. But I'm new at 7 days, man, and it's just, to me, it's a hell of a game. I mean, I really enjoy it. I don't know everything about it. Uh, I love how that you can, put mods on it and everything, which I know I kind of jumped in it head first, with Darkness Falls mod. I played it, which my son told me you got to play it. But I played a little bit of vanilla, and then I played that, and like you said, you nailed it when you said that after a while you get kind of, you know, bored with it, or just kind of burned out, and then you'll leave, and then you'll come back. I guess that's with any game. I mean, because I was playing on my channel a lot was Red Dead Redemption 2 online, and I just,
Mhm.
but you just get to a point with any game. But what got you into streaming?
It's been on the list for a long time, and when I say long time, like I wanted to start this 12, 13 years ago, but then you end up getting sidetracked with all sorts of stuff, and it was kind of everything lined up for me. It just everything went at the right time. I got this PC for work, or laptop for my job. And then about 4 months later, I was looking on Facebook Marketplace, and a really good microphone popped up for sale for the equivalent of around $50. And I thought, for $50, I'll buy it. If it's terrible, fine. But it turns out it was pretty good. I made a couple of YouTube videos and then kind of went off from there, really.
Well, did you have a particular video that kind of, I mean, got you a lot of subscriptions, or what happened, or was it just like all at once, or was it slow when you?
It was. I don't know what like the averages are with it. I mean, I went in with it with the mindset of, I'll make a couple of videos. If I can get 10 subs, fantastic. That was my aim. and then I think it was 3 months I hit 1,000,
Mhm.
and it was I had a few videos that did really well. Like my best video is something like 16,000 views, which was just like I never expected to be anywhere near that. Um, and it's very quickly continued to grow. And the thing with YouTubers, I'm sure you know, you get quite absorbed into it. Looking at the analytics, the stats, the numbers, you can get quite like it becomes quite addictive. So when I
Yeah,
wasn't working or with the kids, all of my free time was going into making videos because it's just being able to sit there afterwards and see the numbers roll in, engage with people in the comment section. It's a really unique feeling, and definitely something that I'm very grateful that I've got, and I've got people chatting and taking part. Yeah, it's hopefully I can carry on doing it because I absolutely love it.
yeah. Um, did you expect to do that in 3 months? Because that's pretty darn good. Because it took me 9 months, and I thought that was super good, to hit 1,000. But I mean,
Uh,
did that
I,
surprise you?
yeah, yeah, big time. I think I read somewhere it was like 14 months or something average, and then I spend a lot of time on Reddit and all these like new YouTube channels, and I was kind of looking, and there's people who've said 3 years, 4 years, and I thought, okay, that's fine. That's
Yeah,
my goal wasn't to get monetized. My goal was just to do something different. Um, and yeah, I just whether things lined up well time wise, I got lucky. I seemingly have stood out a little bit. I've had a few
yeah,
mentions on different forums and stuff, and
yeah,
I can't quite. Yeah, it's strange. It's a strange feeling when
yeah,
you start growing and you actually start getting people in. And even now, when I'm on stream, I kind of ask people why. Um,
yeah,
not in a rude way, but why are you watching me?
yeah.
It's very strange. But yeah, I absolutely love it.
Yeah, what do you, is there any games? Well, let me ask you this. Are you strictly going to stay with 7 Days to Die, or are
Um,
you going to change up?
Probably not. I love 7 Days to Die. I
Hmm.
really do. Unfortunately, because anybody who plays 7 Days knows that the fun pimps they like to put out deadlines that they're just never going to hit.
Yeah.
So interest just drops off, and then what's left of the hardcore fans. And I love playing it, and I'm going to continue to make content, but I do want to dabble in other things as well. I am working on another YouTube channel that's stepping away from gaming. Um,
Hmm.
but I'm also going to switch up some games, maybe do a bit of Dead by Daylight or anything online really, where I can play with other people from the community. That's what I'm looking at the moment.
So you don't think that you're going to mix other games on your channel here, or are you just going to strictly stay with
I,
7 Days?
for this channel, it's tricky. I did dabble a little bit with Atomfall when that came out,
Oh, that was
and
trash. That was trash, man. That came to
I
me.
I was so excited for that game. It was one of the
Me
ones I was
too.
really excited for, and I got it. And I didn't want to. I don't want to be one of those creators who just completely trashes a game without giving it
Yeah.
the time. So I gave it the time, and it wasn't a AAA game. It wasn't worth the because I bought the special edition. I think I paid like $80 for it.
Dang.
Um, and yeah, I think $30 would have been about the line, maybe even a bit much. It just it it felt half baked. It felt like it could have done with another 12 months or so in development, and it was whether it was rushed or pushed, I don't know. Just the combat was bad, the AI was bad. There was so much wrong with it, and I was kind of hoping that I could have used Atomfall to transition into other games, but because that
Hmm.
fell on its ass, that kind of
Yeah.
that stopped too. So
Yeah.
um,
You hit the. You know what was? Well, you can't look at any more. Like all the big gaming channels were saying, "Oh, this is a great game." I mean, they were all talking it up. I mean, but like you said, you nailed it, man. It was just like, just it was awful. There was just there was a concept there, and they had a good base to a great game, but they just
Mhm.
I don't know what was going on with that game. I was very excited too, and I was got lucky. I had Game Pass and played it. But yeah, I played it 2 or 3 times, kept trying to get into it. There was just no way to get into it, and it was just sad. And I look at like us, probably been gaming for a while. Like maybe a kid, somebody younger would have got into the game, but the games that I know I've played, like I said, you played the OG games like Fallout, Skyrim. It's just it takes a hell of a game to pique my interest. I don't know about you. It takes something unique or something
Yeah.
that's really interesting too. But is there any games that you look forward to that's coming out in the future?
Um, there's games that I'm cautiously optimistic with. I'm looking forward to GTA. I think everybody is. Um, I'm hoping it's not gonna. I know it's gonna be pricey. That's Rockstar. They're gonna kind of. I think they're gonna set the new
Yep.
value for a AAA game. And if it's good, which I know it will be, great. But if it's I'm worried that it's going to be filled to the brim with microtransactions. And I know that there has to be some if you want to keep the game rolling over however many years. But one thing I cannot stand is pay to win.
Yep.
So I'm hoping they don't. I know they're going to, but I'm hoping it's. I know they had shark cards in GTA Online. I'm hoping they don't have something similar, or if they do, I'm hoping it's not. What you know what I mean? Like I don't want vehicles behind a paywall
Yeah.
or weapons that you've got to pay $20 for just to have. I want it to be equal for everyone.
Yeah.
But I'm optimistic. I mean, it's going to be a fun campaign anyway. I just hope that the online has the fun element that the current game has, without being too microtransaction heavy.
Yeah, I get it. I feel the same way. I haven't played really. I know you're saying, well, you're a gamer and stuff, but I haven't played GTA since the old days, and which
What was your you used to? So what was your GTA of choice then?
Vice City.
I loved Vice
Yeah,
City.
Vice
Absolutely
City.
loved Vice City.
Yeah,
They had an incredible music selection.
yeah,
Um, like White Wedding and all that. They had some really good songs. Hopefully,
yeah.
because Vice City and San Andreas had some of the best music
Oh yeah,
in all of Grand Theft Auto games. GTA 5 kind of fell off a bit. So
yeah,
hopefully they get some more, music like they did in the older games because
yeah.
yeah, they're great.
Well, I'll take Red. I think that probably any story, Red Dead Redemption 2 is probably one of the best stories ever in any game to me. And if they come out with an RDR3, I wouldn't even play GTA 6,
Mhm.
and at all, because to me that was a masterpiece. But um, yeah, I love Vice City. There's a song on one of the radios. It was an old hair band named Bang Bang Tango. I think they had Dancing on Coals, and I seen them in concert in a little club years ago. I think it was 2013. I was working out of state in North Dakota. I went to a little bar and seen them, and the singer, we hung out and for a little bit, drinking and stuff. There were not many people there. He just come from like a big concert tour, and he was cool as could be. We sat and talked. I said, "Man, your song's on Vice City." He's laughing about it, and but world's small. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
man, the problem that I'm gonna have, which I got friends that play GTA, 5 online, and it looks fun, just like Well, a lot of Rockstar games online are fun, but here's the deal with GTA 6. Every streamer and its mother is going to be streaming it, you know? And that's the only thing that's going to bother me. If how's that going to be? But I know there's, you know, the numbers, how's that going to be? I mean, I don't want to sit there and stream it and, you know, 5 people, 3 or 4 people, you know, watching me stream it or watching these other guys stream it and stuff. So I don't know. I'll just wait and see. Like I said, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not jumping up and down, freaking out. You know, I'd love for a new Elder Scrolls to come out or Fallout.
Yeah.
That would be. I'd probably, that's all I'd play. You know, it's the only game I would play for a while. But yeah, what do you, out of 7 Days to Die? Let me ask you this here. We'll go in depth with this. On the skills starting out, like as far as weaponry, what do you think is the best skills to really, I know you made videos on them and stuff, but say I was just starting out, you know, a freshie, and I had them 4 points. What do you think they should go in? If I just dropped into Pine Forest, I'm fixing to go get cussed out by Rec.
Well, I mean, when it comes to those, I try to say to people, especially if it's your first time, make mistakes, cock it up, choose the wrong thing, and you'll have a lot of fun. But for me personally, I throw a point in living off the land.
Yeah.
Not that it helps with weapons, but you get double the amount of plants, so you've got some stuff to sell to the traders and all that stuff. And then I prefer the spear during the early stages, just so you've got a little bit of distance between you and the zombies, and then maybe a point into bows. I think it depends on your playstyle, and this is one of the many things I like. You can have 10 playthroughs, and you can have 10 completely unique playthroughs.
Yeah.
It's similar to like Fallout and those, where you can go from start to finish and have a pretty unique experience. And yeah, so maybe even Knives actually. Is because Knives is a fun one from the get-go.
What level is in game? Because I haven't went that far. I mean, what level are you usually in game?
Max the max level you can get is 300, but that's like that takes some hefty grinding. Unfortunately, 7 Days doesn't have, like, the end game is what you make it to be.
Okay.
The server that I've been playing on, I think last time I checked, it was on day 60 to 260, something like that. So quite high.
Yeah.
But the guy who runs the server and made it all, iRobot, he's been putting awesome mods on it.
Yeah.
So we kind of hit the end game, and then he started introducing new zombies, new enemies. There isn't any of that in the vanilla version. So once you've built your base and you've maxed out the skills you want, there's not really anything to do unless you give yourself jobs or mod it. So I think it depends on what you're going in for. If you're going in because you want to build yourself a skyscraper, great. But once you've finished it, the game's done. And if you're going in to complete the mission tiers, great. But again, once you've hit that final tier, you're kind of finished. It's the perfect game for, like, the beginning to mid stages are the best.
Yeah.
After you cross over to late game, it just gets a bit boring after a while, unless you've got something to spice it up towards the end.
Yeah. This is what I was going to ask you too. Okay, say that, you know, you're at Rec, you're on the vanilla, and then you go to Gen, and you go to tier 2. Now, if you go back to Rec and keep doing missions, will you eventually go to tier 3? Or how do you get to tier 3?
When you look at your quest menu, you can see in the top of the screen there's a number, and it might say like 8 out of 10, 8 out of 20, whatever the number is. You can continue to progress through the tiers, but you won't get that next trader mission. You know, the special trader missions.
Uh-huh.
You won't get that from if you've unlocked Jen and you've visited her. You can
Yeah.
complete missions for Rect, but your Rect won't give you the special mission to go
Okay.
visit Bob.
So
You need to go to Jen for that.
so do you got to go? You got to do every mission from Jen to.
Only once you've hit that threshold. So
Okay.
for Jen to Bob, it would be 30.
Yeah.
Which would be 10 tier 1 missions and then 10 tier 2 missions, or any combination
Uh-huh.
to get to 30. Once you've hit 30, you can continue those missions and carry on getting the numbers, but you won't get the special visit Bob mission unless you speak to Jen.
Okay. So I got you now. I got you. So after you go to Jen, I'm not trying to confuse you. After you say I go to Jen, get to tier 2, and I go back to Rec and do 10 more missions. He doesn't tell me I got to go to Jen to go to Bob, right?
No, he'll just carry on giving you normal missions. He's done telling you
Okay.
there's any special mission. So
Gotcha.
it's the most recent trader you've unlocked that will get you to the next one.
I got you. So it's better just to keep doing them from Jen and do. I got you now. I always wondered about that. I really have. But yeah, I think that like clubs at first, and I've never went like late game, but I always started with clubs and knives. So far, knives and pistols has always been my favorite. But like I said, I'm new at it. Have you tried any overhaul mods at all?
I've dabbled a little bit. I have tried District Zero, but I played only a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do Darkness Falls and Rebirth and all those. They're on the list. When I get to them, I don't know. It's hard finding the time. But I do have the mod launcher installed, so a lot of the overhaul mods I can play on a separate. I don't have to create a new file on 7 Days to Die.
Yeah.
I can just use the mod launcher. But I know once I start, I'm going to get really drawn in and I'm going to get hooked.
Yeah.
So I only want to start the overhauls when I have the time to play for for potentially days. With maybe record some stuff as well. Because I want to move some of the fact-based videos I do, because there's only so many beginner tips I can give for vanilla 7 Days, and I don't want to be that. There are a lot of content creators, they recycle the same stuff because it does well.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to keep it fresh. So if I do overhaul playthroughs, I can start doing overhaul tips, and I can kind of hopefully take the channel in a slightly different direction, but. At the moment, I think my stuff is catering more towards console players.
Yeah.
Especially with, I do a lot of location-based stuff, and if you're on console, you can't open up and control panel and fast travel to wherever you want.
Yeah.
So, but with the overhauls, everybody who has PC, they're the only ones who can play these overhaul mods, so they'll all have access to those control panels. So it'll be an interesting challenge to come up with tips, secrets, Easter eggs, that kind of stuff, and just kind of have fun along the way. But what do you think of District Zero? I managed to see most of your first horde.
I'm really
seem to handle it pretty well.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I like how the skill system is. It's a little simpler, and they moved it around. You probably remember that and say it. I'm just getting.
Carry on.
I'm just getting where these big drones, which the smaller drones are there, but I've seen like 2 huge drones, and then day 14 horde, I didn't have any drones, and I'm starting to see the Terminator ones come out, and I haven't seen none of the mechs, but I haven't been to the wasteland. I think I picked the 8K map or 10K. I wish I wouldn't have done that, but that's fine. But I want. I've been to the desert. I have been to. What I'm saying is, I have been to the snow or the wasteland. But I'm enjoying it, man. I really am. I like that it's not an overhaul. Like Darkness Falls, and it's got vanilla in it, but there's. I mean, I'm enjoying it real well. I'm probably gonna go pretty far in it because it's not super like Darkness Falls. I love Darkness Falls, but it's just I got to a point that this is I want to get to vanilla. I wanted to go back to vanilla, but Darkness Falls is very hard. I tell you that. But I think that it might be a while. I don't know about all the mods at all, but I think the Rebirth looks really interesting. But it'll be a while before I, start playing that. But there's a couple other games, I play on my channel. But it's got me really invested, District Zero does, really, really has. But I was going to ask you this. I won't keep you for much longer. How do you see your channel? I mean, what do you see for your channel in the near future? I mean, what do you really want to happen?
I mean, I think I have the same uh, dream as a lot of content creators. I'd
Yeah,
love to be able to do more and to be able to devote more of my time to it. And if I'm able to grow and do this, do less real work and do more content,
yeah,
fantastic. I've There's some channels that I've loved for many years, and none of they're not necessarily gaming stuff. I'd like to branch into other areas, and this is kind of why I chose GameRetainer, because I can use the retainer and then just change the front of it. So I've got
yeah,
like fact retainer, and I can have different channels with
yeah,
different
yeah,
things. That's the ultimate goal. At the minute, I'm thoroughly enjoying
yeah,
playing. The community for 7 days is fantastic.
yeah,
I've There's that server I've been playing on that is growing day by day, and there's people constantly wanting to join and be a part of it. And it's quite nice because there's a lot of like-minded people who want to have fun, have good banter,
yeah.
and that's kind of what I'm in it for. So hopefully I can continue to grow. I didn't expect to get to this point. So and from anything from here is
Yeah.
way more than I could ever have anticipated. So yeah, but hopefully I can continue to grow. We'll see.
How do you get on different servers? I mean, how do you find them?
Well, I'm I'm not very smart when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Oh, me
Thankfully,
either.
one of the very early on when I started streaming, I said if anybody wants to join me, they're more than welcome to. And I had a couple of people join, and one of them, the guy I mentioned earlier, iRobot, he's made a dedicated server specifically for the channel. So anybody who wants to join it can. And you can search for any open server, but you don't know what you're going to get when you load in. It could be PvP, it could be highly modded, it could be all sorts.
Yeah.
This one it's modded and it's got loads of great mods on, but it's very friendly, it's very positive, and the way it works is if somebody's on the world, the time will keep ticking.
Yeah.
But as soon as everybody logs off, the time will freeze. So depending on who's on and when they're on, you don't necessarily know how far into the game they've
Yeah.
got by the time you log back in again.
See, that's what I was wondering because DayZ, the way I play DayZ, it's got the regular thing you go through Steam, and then it's got the DZA launcher, and that's like if it's got mods, it automatically loads the mods for you, and then you go into that server. So is that how the launcher you got?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay.
Again, iRobot takes care of all of that, but as far as I
Okay.
know, the mods they're on the server, so you don't need to download anything. You just log in,
Oh,
and
okay. Okay.
and it'll all just sort of start for you, which has been fantastic.
Oh,
Um,
that's
for
fun.
for me logging in, because I'm not the one who's installing the mods, it's a bit like Christmas, because I log in and I don't know.
Yeah,
He usually sends me a message, a cryptic message, and he'll say, "Good luck, don't go here," or something along those lines.
yeah.
And then that's great for me. I go there. I usually get blown up, but it's fun, and just all hell breaks loose. But yeah, because they're loaded on the server itself, I
Yeah.
guess. Then it's all there for you.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering because I had a friend that he plays a lot of DayZ and he plays PvE like me, Broomy Gaming. He said, "What server are you on, Ashes?" I said, "Man, I'm wondering what's he talk about." And I said, "I'm not on a server. I just downloaded the mods. This is my own game." And I said, "You've got to join me, in my world, or if you could start a world." So that's what I was wondering about that. I was going to ask you this. I should have asked you first. How long have you had your channel game?
The GameRetainer channel.
Yeah, how long have you had that?
I started it. I think I'm not sure if I uploaded in October, but it was maybe late October, early November,
Uh,
possibly.
um, you mean last year?
Yes.
So you've only had your channel that long?
Yeah. It
Wow.
was. I mean, I've got my one that I
Yeah,
watch stuff on, but this
yeah.
is yeah. Or like I'm not sure if I just changed the name of it, but I've been uploading
Okay.
since then.
I got you. I got you. Oh, well, you got monetized pretty quick then. Yeah, 3 months, man. That is
Yeah.
just the quickness.
Yeah. I was really pleasantly surprised with that. And there was a guy who joined me, and I feel very very fortunate
Yeah,
to have gotten monetization because I know so many really good content creators. Because it's especially in the gaming niche, it's such a saturated niche. There's so many content creators that kind of fall by the wayside because there are so many. There are loads of fantastic 7 Days to Die content creators, and there are some who aren't yet monetized, only have a
yeah,
couple of hundred subs, and their content is way better than what I could put out with like the editing, the skills, the whole thing. I think for me it was just dumb luck, and I'm grateful for it. But yeah, it's a shame because there are so many really good creators who kind of you have to scroll down far to find them, and uh, and it's a shame. This is why I think what
yeah,
you do in things like this, when you when you have other creators on it, kind of helps. You say it in your stream as well, and I've started copying you actually. Is when somebody joins, I tell them if you have a link to a channel,
yeah.
pop it in the chat because it's we should all kind of help each other and nudge
Exactly.
each other up to the
Mhm.
next level.
Exactly. Because man, if you're in it for the wrong reason, I'm not saying there's evil people's going to succeed. They've been doing that since
Mm.
world started. I mean,
Yep.
you can't help that. And I want to. There's a lot of good people I want to succeed, and I've seen. And since I've been doing this almost 3 years, dude, I've seen. I could sit here and count 20 people that just quit. They just get aggravated
Mhm.
with it because you're gonna have your ups and downs. And I
Mhm.
don't. And you shouldn't if you're in it for the wrong reason, man. I've got even some friends that are in it for the wrong reason. And I mean, everybody wants their channel to blow up. I'm not saying that. Everybody wants to have money,
Mhm.
and I'll take the money, but not the popularity. But I don't want to be popular. But I'm just doing it because I enjoy it. And just like starting this podcast channel, I'm doing it because I like getting to know people, talk to people. It's interesting how different people are, different walks of life. But yeah, we got to stick together, us little streamers, man. And try to help each other and help grow. Um, I mean, that's how it should be. But I'll ask you a couple more questions, and I'll let you go. I know you're tired. Uh,
Yes. It's all good.
What's your what's your three? Well, let's say what's your two favorite 7 Days to Die streamers?
Oh, that's quite tough. I do quite like Glock. I think everybody does. He's like the top dog of 7 days, and I do
Yeah,
quite enjoy watching his content. Um, I do I dip in and out a little bit with Jawoodle. I do quite like his content. But I don't know what it is. I get kind of more uh sucked in to Glock's
yeah,
stuff. I quite like it, and obviously the Guns, Nerds, and Steel, is it?
yeah.
They have incredible like production value in their videos. Like
Oh yeah,
the effort they go to make those videos is incredible. But then I do also quite like there is and I can't remember the name of the channel. It's Rose something. She's pretty close to monetization, and she streams, and I like joining rooms that have one or two
me too.
views because I know what it's like. You know, I feel really fortunate. I look and I've got a dozen or so people in, and that's incredible. I never expected that, but I quite enjoy. I remember how it felt when the first person joined my stream, and you have this like, holy shit, this is
Yeah,
somebody's taken the time to speak to me. Um, I can't remember the name of the channel, but I try and join when she's live just to say hello and just to kind of uh, be there, be present.
yeah,
So I do think if I spend more time looking for smaller creators, the chances are I'll find somebody um, who I know will go far, and if I can give them a little nudge. But to answer the question, probably the two biggest ones, probably Glock and Nerds, Guns, and Steel, or I keep forgetting the channel name. I think it's that.
yeah.
They're probably the two ones I watch the most.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever watched one video about Guns, Nerds, and Steels ever. I know who they are. I've never
Mm.
watched them. Now Glock 9, I like him. I watch him. Jawoodle, I'm just being straight up honest. I can't watch him, dude. He gets on my nerves. But I mean, you got to give him credit where credit's due. I'm not saying that. I'm not taking nothing
Mhm.
away from him. It's just me personally. He gives me anxiety, so I can't watch him. I'm just being straight
Yeah,
up, because I know there's people
a
that
few
don't,
people have said that.
because there's probably people that don't like me, and that's fine. Because if I was everybody cups of tea, I'd be a millionaire by now. But, there's a guy that I've only watched a couple videos of his, and he's funny, in a weird way. There's a dude called Double G, and he's got like 7 or 8 thousand. I think that's his name, Double G. And I've watched a couple videos, and that's it. Now I haven't watched any more. He might be trash, because I'm not perfect. I know I've cussed in videos and stuff. I've been trying to get better with that. For a lot of reasons. Main reasons my faith, and stuff like that. But some people that get on there and just cuss too much, I can't handle it. You know what I mean? It's just too trashy. But yeah, I think Glock. But when it comes to, here's the deal. I don't know how you feel about it. I'd rather give people around me, or only ones I do support that's got more subs than me is real close friends. I like supporting people that's got subs below me, or you know what I mean, because they're
Yeah.
smaller streamers, and I don't want to go over here with now I got a friend not real close, but she's got like 110,000. I support her, she supports me, but I don't want to give my time to a big, not that I'm jealous of them or not, but they got people over there supporting them.
Yeah, they don't need your
Yeah,
support.
yeah,
They can stand on their own 2 feet. I completely get that.
yeah.
And that's one of the things that I'm hoping to do, and it's kind of working on the server. Is I want to create a, just a group of misfits, a group of nobodies. Some of which are fantastic at the game. There's a few people on the server who build incredible things, and then others like me just do dumb things and kind of have fun along the way. I want to try and make that just filled with a bunch of us smaller creators and just have fun doing it. That hopefully, as we said a minute ago, just bumping up, because there's I do believe this. There's no such thing as a selfless action. Everything we all do, there is a little bit of selfishness in, and helping a smaller channel to grow, you do get that that selfish kind of boost. You feel good. You feel like you're useful. You're helping, and that's one of my big things. And I've had people reach out to me, which is crazy. People are saying, "Hey, people are coming to me for advice and help," which is I have no idea how to feel on that, but I'm very grateful. But it is it's a great journey, and I do wish that people wouldn't give up. That I've seen a few of those, and also I'm quite I quite enjoy hate. Not giving hate, receiving hate. If somebody's giving me hate, they're not giving it to somebody else. So, and I can handle the hate, and I have a bit of a laugh with it, and it's more of a reflection on them than it is me. But I've seen a few creators, especially on places like Reddit. Reddit can be a great place, and it can be a vile place. And somebody will post saying, "I've hit 100 subscribers," and they'll get a handful of "well done, congratulations," as they should. But then they'll get people going, "Is that it?" And you kind of think, well, what? Why? If you don't have anything nice to say, great, go somewhere else. You don't need to be present to say that. And I've seen it's very easy to get. I don't get drawn into arguments on my channel. If I've had a few people say that they don't like me, I respond with the same sarcastic stuff. It's great. It's fine. When I see other channels and you just have people lurking in the comments or lurking in live streams is bad for it. Yeah, there's no need for it.
No, there's no need for it. I've only been on Reddit one time, and I got a friend that goes on it all the time. He said it's very toxic, you know. That's just like the DayZ community. That's the most toxic community I ever seen, dude. Like for PvP, I belong to a bunch of groups on, Facebook, and you go on there, man, they're just, oh, you're playing third person, you're the P word, you're a bitch. And, and they put people down, like you said. Man, I got moderators, they take care of it on there for me, but if you ain't got nothing to say, roll on. Even assholes, man. I've played with some assholes, before, and I'm just, I admit, I had blowed up one time on a server owner. I was on DayZ, because he was just people was giving $100, to have their name colored, in their little group. I guess because I didn't he was doing special treatment for them, and I was drinking, at the time, and I kind of let him have it, which I wouldn't do it now, but. It's just best to just walk away, because arguing with people online ain't gonna do no good, man. Arguing with them, just if somebody's in chat and they're being disrespectful to some of my viewers or people that's there, your subscribers, I'll shut them down real quick. But yeah, it's just best to let them go, because let me tell you something, a bad comment will help you the algorithm. That's what I tell them. I said, thank you, man, because you're helping me get out there and stuff. But there's I tell you about YouTube, I don't know if you're kind of new at it, and you have highs and lows. Have you hit any lows? I mean, well, since you've been streaming?
Yeah, not necessarily from people though, because like if I kind of lean into it. I like rough banter anyway. So if somebody's being negative, it doesn't really hurt my feelings. I have had a couple of moments where I feel like people shouldn't be watching me. People shouldn't be watching my content. So I feel then I don't have a right to post. if that
Nah,
makes sense.
no, no,
So
no. I feel
it's
you. I feel you, man. You know, it's just you just get down on yourself.
mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Your videos are great. Your tips and tricks videos, man. I've learned a lot from them. No, you got some good content. People show up for different reasons. You're entertaining. Not everybody gonna like you. You know what I mean?
Well, no.
That's just how the world is. But don't
Mhm.
cut yourself out, man. You're very entertaining and a good player. You know what I mean? I don't know why people show up with me, dude. I suck at every game I play. I won't even play PvP because I suck so bad. Stick with PvE. But I don't look at it that way. I just look, man. If one person shows up, now I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. If me sitting right now, if I don't have double digits, I'm a little disappointed. If I'm playing a game. I'm very, I'm not gonna, cuss and scream and cry. Uh, I've got to a point, as long as I've been doing it, the highs and lows and looking at the algorithm, looking at the analytics, I won't even look at them like I used to. I've changed some stuff up. I've probably said this every video I've ever had on this channel. I watched a few how-to videos and I was making a lot of shorts. I cut the shorts out and it has helped me. I was making a lot of them and I'll do little changes, but I don't get super involved like I used to because it was stressing me out. It was depressing me, and why over here is this guy got 300. I'm happy for this guy that's got 300 subscribers and he's got, 30, 40 people in his chat. And I'm over here and got 6 people, but I got to a point that instead of jumping up, being upset about it, putting myself down, just slowly learn and change, and try to, do things better and change stuff up. But, it's what you're in and what you're doing it for. It circles back to that. If you doing it to have fun, if you're in it to make a bunch of money, you might as well get out of it. You might as well quit streaming because it ain't about the money unless you get super lucky, and just
Yeah. Oh yeah.
take off, man. But just the best thing, any advice I could give anybody, just have fun, man. It's about gaming.
Yep.
We've been gaming since we was kids. Just have
Yep.
fun. It's the journey. It's meeting people, like me meeting you and meeting other people these years and the friends that I've made. That's what it's all about. And and just keep doing what we're doing and just enjoy yourself. But no, man, don't ever count yourself out, dude. I really enjoy you. You're really entertaining, and you're a talented player. And I'm telling you, man, I encourage anybody out watching this video to check your videos out, your little tips and tricks. And I always know it's yours because the little feller got the beard and he's
Oh
a little
yeah. Yeah.
suit
Yeah.
and stuff. Super corn, man, super corn.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I've always liked that guy. I
Yeah,
mean, but with me,
yeah,
it sounds really pessimistic, and I have had people in the past say similar things, not to put myself down. As strange as it sounds, what works for me, and obviously it's not going to work for everybody. Every single video I put out, every live stream I do, everything I do, I go in with the mindset of nobody's going to watch, and if they do, they're going to hate it. And I don't recommend having this mindset. This just works for me.
yeah,
That way, I'll put out a video, or I'll go live and I'll look and I'll go, I've got 10 people here, or 100 people have seen this, or whatever it is. And it's kind of, if I have the expectation that it's just not going to do anything, if it does something, then I'm really pleased with myself. Like I feel like I've accomplished. Obviously, it's probably not the healthiest mindset to have, but it's kind of what helps me
yeah,
to continue to put out content, is that mindset of I'm doing it for me and I don't expect to get anything from it. I don't expect anybody to see it or be interested. So then I feel very fortunate then. Definitely helped me.
yeah. I mean, uh, because I'll be honest with you, I've got one video that I put out 3 years ago. I don't know what it's at it now, like it gets views every day. I think like I don't know, 350,000 or something. I got a video, but like shorts, I've got a couple of them at 35,000, and like 15, 20. But here's the deal. I'd rather not have that one video, because I could put 4 videos. I used to put out about 8 videos a month, and I put out 4 videos a month on average, and maybe one of them will hit 1,000. I cannot get any views on my videos, and so I'll still do them, but I'm more more like streaming, because I get to interact with more people, and it's just, to me, it's just, right now, the streaming and just doing maybe 4 videos a month, and just just keep on, like Joe Dirt said, I'm gonna keep on, you know what I mean?
Yep.
That's all we could do, is just keep on. But I enjoy it, man, just like doing this right here, starting this channel. I really enjoy it. The people I've met, people I've interviewed. It's been interesting, and getting to know people, and stuff like that. But man, I really do appreciate you coming on here. And I'll make sure that I'll put your link in the description. And if anybody out there playing 7 Days to Die, you gotta check out GameRetainer, guys. But if you ain't got nothing else to add, I know I've been keeping you almost an hour. I know you're probably tired.
Oh, no,
What time is it? What time is it for you?
It's 10:30 for me.
At night?
Yes.
10:30 at night. Where are you at?
Well, I can open this on the side. I live in Sweden, and it's very strange, because for 6 months out of the year, it's dark for 20 plus hours a day.
Yeah.
And then for 6 months out of the year, as you can see out my window now, it's pretty light. And over the course of the next month, it'll get to the point where the sun doesn't set. So you go from one extreme to the other. You go from minus 20 Celsius in the winter, and it's dark for 20 hours a day, to plus 20, and it's light for 20, literally all day, every day and night. It's really weird.
I got a friend that I game with. He's from Sweden. I play game with him a lot. So you know how to speak Swedish?
I can sort of get by, but I've lived here a long time, and I should be fluent, but I blame the Swedes. Swedish people have such good English that they'll stop me speaking Swedish, and they'll go, no, it's okay. We can speak to you in English. Makes it quite hard to learn, because everybody's English is just phenomenal.
Really, I know my friend. He could speak it really good, and it surprised me. But man, I wouldn't mind coming over there and visiting the country. I don't know if I'd want to live with the extreme cold, but
if you go south, like Stockholm area, you don't really get the as extreme weather. I'm a little further north, so we get the real, like in the winter we're talking 6-7 feet of snow, like the proper real winters.
Wow.
And it's a completely, growing up in the UK and then coming here, it was a shock. But this would be, I think I've lived here 8-9 years now, and it's, for me, I love it. I love the winter. I love everything about it.
You don't mind me asking, what was the reason you moved?
The missus, she's Swedish. We strangely enough, we met. She lived in the US for a year or so. She lived in Michigan, and she enjoyed traveling, so she did a workaway thing, and she came and lived in the UK for 6 months, and we met in what was officially then the second worst nightclub in the country, and we kind of hit it off. We started talking, and within 3 or 4 months we were living together. So yeah. moved quick, and then she brought me back here. And I remember I was so angry with her.
Yeah.
Because I came to Sweden for the first time and I saw everything and I said, why did you give this up? Why did you leave this and then come to the UK where it's raining and it's miserable and like everything up here was incredible? And I told her then, and this is quite some time ago, I said, we're moving here and that's not up for negotiation. This is a phenomenal place to live. And 2 kids later, nice place we're living in. Never look back. It's great.
Right, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I always wanted to go to the UK. That's where my great grandma and grandfather came over, you know, from them. I think in the, of course, the late 1800s, and they come over from the UK. Yeah, I still got some I got some relatives over there, but I guess because I love beans, man. I can eat pork with beans with everything. It got to be the English, you know. I got a proper English name. I'll have to tell you after hitting the deal, and you'll say, yeah, you're English. But anyway, I have to tell you after in the recording here. But anyway, I appreciate you being on here, GameRetainer. Everybody, check out GameRetainer on YouTube. You're on YouTube only, right? No Twitch?
I do have Twitch, but I dual stream, but kind of passively. It's all the same name.
All the same name. Yeah, guys, you check him out, and I appreciate you being on here, GameRetainer. I really do, man.
Thanks for having me.
No problem.
I appreciate it. It's been fun.
Well, everybody out there, until next time, guys, peace out.